You've seen those flashy, often ineffective tricks of dark psychology on YouTube. Now it's time to dive into the real deal. 30 dark psychology tricks, backed by science, that actually deliver results. These techniques can be quite manipulative and are designed to subtly influence others in potentially deceptive ways. While they can be effective, use them with extreme caution. Misusing these techniques can damage relationships, undermine trust, and raise ethical concerns. Trick 1. Name drop. Picture yourself in a busy room. To grab your friend's attention, instead of waving or shouting, simply use their name. For example, say, "Hey, Sarah, over here." Hearing their own name instantly grabs their focus, making your communication smoother and more personal. Trick 2. Reflective listening. To make someone feel understood, use reflective listening. Repeat what they've said, but in your own words. If someone says they're stressed about a project, respond with, "So you're feeling overwhelmed because of the new project, right?" This shows empathy and builds trust. Trick 3. Positive reinforcement. Immediately praise someone after they do something good. For instance, if Alex helps with a report, say, "Thanks for jumping in on that report, Alex. It really made a difference." Immediate praise motivates them to keep up the good work and boosts morale. Trick 4. Mirroring is when you subtly mimic the other person's body language. If they lean forward, you do too. This creates a sense of connection and makes conversations more comfortable, helping to build rapport. Trick 5. The power of pauses. During conversations, especially negotiations, use pauses. After making a point or offer, stop talking and let the silence hang. This can lead the other person to think more deeply about what you said and may prompt them to offer more information or concessions. Trick 6. Anchoring. Start with a high number or extreme position in a negotiation to set a reference point. For example, if you ask for a high salary, the other party's counteroffer might be closer to what you actually want. Anchoring works because people often base decisions on the initial number presented. Trick 7. Door in the face. Start with a large request you expect to be turned down, then follow up with a smaller, more reasonable request. For example, if you ask for $100 and they refuse, then ask for $10 instead. People are more likely to agree to the smaller request after rejecting the larger one. Trick 8. Foot in the door. Start with a small request that's easy to agree to, then follow up with a larger request. For instance, ask someone to help carry a book, and once they agree, ask them to help with a larger box. People are more likely to agree to bigger requests after initially agreeing to a small one. Trick 9. Social proof. People often look at what others are doing to decide what to do themselves. Mention that others support your idea to persuade someone. For example, say, "Many people in our department think starting the meeting earlier would be helpful." Social proof helps by showing widespread support. Trick 10. The Benjamin Franklin effect. Asking for a small favor can make someone more likely to help you again in the future. If you borrow a book and they agree, they might be more willing to help with future requests. Doing a favor makes people feel good and more inclined to assist again. Trick 11. The scarcity principle. Highlight the limited availability of something to increase its value. For example, say, "These tickets are selling out fast. Grab yours while they last." Scarcity creates urgency, making people feel they need to act quickly. Trick 12. Emotional labeling. Acknowledge the emotions of others, especially in heated discussions. If someone is upset, say, "You seem really frustrated right now." This shows you're paying attention and can help calm the situation by demonstrating empathy. Trick 13. The reciprocity norm. When you give something small, like a compliment or gift, people feel obligated to return the favor. For example, if you give someone a piece of candy or a sincere compliment, they might be more inclined to help you out in return. Trick 14. The Zinnick effect. People tend to remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. Leave something open-ended to keep others interested. For example, say, "I have a great idea for the project, but I'll tell you more about it tomorrow." This creates curiosity and anticipation. Trick 15. Pacing and leading. Start by matching the other person's behavior or pace in a conversation, then gradually guide them to your desired topic or tone. If they speak slowly, start by mirroring their pace, then shift to a different rhythm. This makes transitions feel natural and helps build rapport. Trick 16. The power of because. Provide a reason when making a request to increase compliance. For example, say, "Can I go ahead of you in line because I'm really late for an appointment?" People are more likely to comply when they hear a reason, even if it's simple. Trick 17. The Payan effect. Setting high expectations for others can lead them to perform better. Express belief in their potential, such as saying, "I know you can handle this project excellently." This boosts confidence and encourages better results. Trick 18. Reframing failure. Change the way you view and present mistakes as opportunities for growth. Instead of focusing on the negative, say, "This setback is actually a great chance to improve our approach." Reframing failure encourages a growth mindset and resilience. Trick 19. The halo effect. A positive impression in one area can influence how people view someone overall. Highlight a positive trait, like saying, "You have a great eye for detail," to make others view them more favorably in other aspects. Trick 20. Time constraints. Set a deadline to prompt quicker decisions. For example, say, "I need to know by the end of the day." Time constraints create urgency, encouraging faster action and decision-making. Trick 21. Perspective taking. Ask someone to consider a situation from another viewpoint. For example, say, "Imagine how our clients feel when they encounter this issue. How can we improve their experience?" This fosters empathy and leads to more thoughtful solutions. Trick 22. The contrast principle. Place two different items or ideas next to each other to highlight their differences. For instance, say, "This model costs $500, but this one is only $300. The second option seems more attractive in comparison." Trick 23. The IKEA effect. People value things more if they've put effort into creating them. Involve others in a project by asking, "Could you help me brainstorm ideas for this campaign?" Effort and involvement increase personal investment and attachment. Trick 24. The decoy effect. Introduce a third, less attractive option to make one of the original choices look better. For example, offer small for $3, medium for $5, and large for $6. The medium seems like a good deal by comparison. Trick 25. The placebo effect. Believing in the effectiveness of something can influence its success. Say, "I've seen this method work wonders for others," to boost confidence. Expectations shape outcomes, making people more likely to achieve positive results. Trick 26. Loss aversion. Emphasize potential losses to motivate action. For example, say, "If we don't address this now, we could miss out on a big opportunity." People are often more motivated by the fear of losing something than by the potential gain. Trick 27. The power of touch. A light touch on the arm or shoulder can create connection and increase compliance. For instance, a gentle touch can build rapport and make others more receptive. Use this tactic sparingly and appropriately to avoid negative effects. Trick 28. The foot and mouth effect. Admit a small fault to appear more relatable and human. For example, say, "I missed a small detail on the report, but I fixed it now." This honesty makes you seem more approachable and trustworthy. Trick 29. The endowment effect. People value things more simply because they own them. For instance, say, "How would you like to lead this initiative?" Giving someone ownership increases their personal investment and motivation. Important note: These tricks are powerful but can be quite manipulative, so use them with caution. If you're curious about even more intense tactics, you might want to check out my other video. However, be aware it's pretty extreme and might be removed soon. Thanks for watching.